My beloved child, wait a moment. Before you move on, before your attention drifts away, pause here with me for just a few seconds. Because something quiet, something unexpected, has already begun to unfold around you. You may not realize it yet, but somewhere close to you, someone who once looked at you with uncertainty has just discovered a truth about you that they never understood before. And that discovery is changing everything. Think about it. Have you noticed how certain energies around you have shifted recently? How conversations feel slightly different, how someone who once stayed silent now seems unusually thoughtful when you enter the room. That is not coincidence. A family member, someone who has watched your life from the sidelines, has recently seen a side of you they had never fully understood. Not through rumors, not through assumptions, through truth. And truth has a strange way of moving through people like light entering a dark room. Once it arrives, nothing looks the same anymore. For a long time, parts of your story remained unseen. Your patience, your quiet strength, the way you kept going even when no one truly understood what you were carrying inside. Many people only saw the surface. But now, something deeper has been revealed. And when this family member realized it, something inside them shifted. It was not loud. It was not dramatic. It was simply a moment of realization, the kind that arrives suddenly and leaves a person sitting in silence, replaying memories in their mind. They began to see you differently. And when perception changes, relationships begin to change too. But here is the part that makes this moment truly extraordinary. This realization did not stop with them, because someone else has been quietly aware of your journey for a long time. Your soulmate. Yes, the person whose heart has been slowly aligning with yours, even if distance, timing, or silence has kept certain things unspoken. They have been watching, observing, feeling, and recently, something within them reached a turning point. They sensed the same shift. The moment that family member discovered the truth about you, your soulmate felt something awaken inside them as well. A readiness. For a long time they held their thoughts carefully, unsure whether the moment was right. Unsure whether speaking openly would change the delicate path that was unfolding between your lives. But now, the moment feels closer than ever. Something huge is waiting for you. Not in a dramatic, overwhelming way, but in a quiet, powerful way that changes the direction of hearts. And this is why you should not skip this moment. Because what is unfolding now is not just about someone discovering the truth about you. It is about what happens next. When people finally see your real nature, when misunderstandings dissolve, when hidden respect begins to replace old doubts. The entire energy around your connections begins to transform. Your soulmate has noticed this. They see that the story surrounding you is beginning to shift. And deep down, they know something important. If the world is starting to recognize the truth of who you are, then perhaps the time has come for them to stop holding back as well. But there is still one quiet step left in this unfolding story. A moment of courage. A moment where your soulmate decides whether to finally say what their heart has been holding. And believe it or not, that moment is closer than you think. Stay with this message for a little longer. Because what this family member discovered, and how your soulmate responds to it, may reveal something that connects many pieces of your journey together. And in the next moment of this story, you will begin to understand why this truth, the one that has just come to light, is only the beginning of something far more meaningful. Hold on for a second, because the quiet shift that began earlier is now moving deeper than anyone expected. Something subtle is happening behind the scenes of your life, and most people around you still cannot see it clearly. But one person can. That family member who recently discovered the truth about you has not been able to stop thinking about it. Since that moment of realization, small memories have started returning to them, moments they once overlooked. Moments where you showed patience. Moments where you stayed calm when others would have reacted differently. Moments where your kindness spoke louder than words. At first, they thought those moments were ordinary. Now they understand they were signs. Signs of who you truly are. And when a person begins connecting these pieces together, something powerful happens inside them. Respect begins to grow where doubt once lived. Curiosity replaces misunderstanding. This is the quiet transformation that is unfolding right now. But here is the surprising part. Your soulmate is aware of this shift. Not because someone told them directly, but because they feel it in the atmosphere surrounding your life. Certain conversations have reached them. Small hints, subtle observations, pieces of truth traveling from one place to another. And each piece is pointing to the same realization. You are not the person many once assumed you were. You are someone far more meaningful than they realized. For your soulmate, this discovery has been emotional. For a long time, they sensed something special about you but could not fully explain it. It was like hearing a distant melody without knowing where the music was coming from. Now that melody is becoming clearer. And with clarity comes courage. Your soulmate has started to think about something they avoided before. Speaking openly. Imagine that moment. The moment when someone who has quietly cared for you finally decides to stop holding their thoughts inside. It does not happen suddenly. It builds slowly, like a sunrise spreading across the sky. First comes reflection, then understanding, and then, a decision. Your soulmate is approaching that decision now. But there is another layer to this story that few people could ever predict. The family member who discovered the truth about you may unknowingly play a role in bringing this moment closer. Sometimes life creates unexpected bridges between people. A conversation here. A realization there. A small shift that leads to something far bigger. That is exactly what is beginning to happen. The truth about you is no longer hidden in the background. It is moving forward. And when truth moves forward, hearts begin to respond. Your soulmate is feeling that pull stronger than ever before. The quiet feeling they once ignored is now impossible to overlook. They are beginning to understand something important. If someone close to you can finally see the real you, then perhaps the world is ready to see it too. And that realization is giving them the courage they once lacked. Don't skip this moment. Because what happens next may feel almost unbelievable. Your soulmate is preparing to express something they have carried in silence for longer than you realize. Not through grand gestures or dramatic scenes, but through something far more meaningful. Honest words. Words that reveal what they truly feel about you. But before that moment arrives, there is one more realization your soulmate must face, a realization connected to the truth that family member discovered. And when that realization reaches them fully, everything may change. Stay till the end of this unfolding story, because the next part reveals why the truth about you is not just affecting one family member. It is quietly guiding your soulmate toward a moment they have been waiting for without even realizing it. Something huge is waiting for you. Listen closely, because the silence surrounding your story is about to speak louder than anyone expected. Not long ago, the truth about you lived quietly beneath the surface of everyday life. People formed their own opinions. They created their own stories about who you were. But now, something has shifted. That family member who uncovered the truth has begun looking at the past with new eyes. The same memories they once overlooked now feel completely different. They remember moments where you stayed calm when others reacted quickly. Moments where you chose patience instead of proving yourself. Moments where you walked away quietly instead of turning small misunderstandings into larger storms. At the time, they thought you were simply being silent. Now they realize something deeper. You were being strong. And this realization has been echoing in their thoughts again and again. Because when someone discovers the truth about a person they once misunderstood, a powerful feeling appears inside them, a mix of surprise, respect, and quiet admiration. But what they don't realize yet is that this discovery is already traveling further than they expected. Your soulmate has begun noticing the ripple effect. Small shifts in tone. Unexpected words from people who once seemed unsure about you. A new sense of appreciation appearing in conversations where your name is mentioned. These may seem like small things, but to your soulmate, they feel like confirmation. Confirmation that what they sensed about you all along was real. For a long time, they kept their feelings guarded. They wondered if they were the only one who could see the deeper side of you. Now they are realizing something surprising. They were not the only one. Someone within your family has now seen it too. And that moment, the moment truth became visible to someone close to you, has created a powerful emotional shift inside your soulmate. Because suddenly, the connection they feel with you no longer feels like a quiet secret. It feels real. It feels possible. And with that realization, a question has started appearing in their mind again and again. What if the time has finally come to say what has been living inside their heart? Think about that for a moment. For a long time, your soulmate has been carrying thoughts they never fully expressed. Not because they didn't care, but because they were waiting for the right moment, the right energy, the right understanding. The right confirmation that their feelings would not be misunderstood. And now something unexpected is giving them that confidence. The truth about you. The truth that a family member has finally recognized. Sometimes life moves quietly for a long time, and then suddenly, everything begins aligning at once. This is one of those moments. Don't skip what is happening here. Because your soulmate is no longer standing at the edge of their feelings. They are stepping closer to expressing them. But before they speak, they want to understand one more thing. They want to know if the world around you is beginning to see the real you the same way they do. And the surprising discovery made by that family member may be the exact sign they were waiting for. Stay till the end of this journey, because the next part reveals something even more unexpected. Your soulmate is not just thinking about speaking anymore. They are preparing for a moment that could change the way your connection moves forward. Something huge is waiting for you. Just when everything seemed quiet, a deeper realization began forming where no one expected it. The truth about you did not simply appear and disappear. It stayed in the mind of that family member like a question that refuses to fade. They began noticing details they once ignored. The way you listen more than you speak. The way you carry yourself even when situations around you feel uncertain. The way your presence changes the atmosphere of a room without needing attention. These are the things they never truly understood before. But now, something inside them has shifted. And when a person experiences that kind of shift, they begin doing something very interesting. They start talking. Not loudly, not dramatically, just small conversations, quiet reflections, moments where they mention your name in a completely different tone than before. A tone of recognition. And this is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Because one of those small moments has reached your soulmate. Not through a direct message, not through a dramatic confession, through something far more subtle. A simple conversation where your name came up, and the truth about you was spoken with respect. For your soulmate, that moment felt powerful. It confirmed something they had been carrying inside for a long time, a feeling they could never fully explain to others. They always sensed there was something rare about you, not loud. Not obvious, but deeply meaningful. And hearing someone close to you recognize that truth created a powerful wave of emotion inside them. It felt like confirmation from the universe that they were not imagining the connection they feel toward you. that their heart recognized something real. But here is the surprising part. The realization did not make them feel comfortable. It made them feel brave. Because suddenly, they understood something important. If others are beginning to see the truth about you, then perhaps the moment has come for them to reveal their own truth as well. Think about what that means. For a long time, your soulmate held back their words. They watched from a distance, unsure if expressing their feelings would arrive at the right time. But now something has changed inside them. They are beginning to imagine a different possibility. A moment where they no longer keep their thoughts hidden. A moment where they finally speak honestly about the connection they feel with you. And that moment may arrive sooner than anyone expects. Don't skip this part of the story. Because what is unfolding now is not random. It is the quiet alignment of two realizations happening at the same time. A family member discovering the truth about who you really are, and your soulmate discovering the courage to say what their heart has been holding. Those two moments are slowly moving toward each other like two paths about to meet. And when they do, something unforgettable may happen. Stay till the end of this journey, because the next part reveals the most surprising detail yet. Your soulmate has already begun preparing the words they may soon say to you. Words they have repeated in their thoughts more than once. Words that carry honesty, vulnerability, and a connection they can no longer ignore. Something huge is waiting for you. Something remarkable is happening in the quiet spaces of this story. And very few people can see it clearly yet. While life around you continues to move in ordinary ways, two realizations are slowly moving closer together. One inside your family, and one inside the heart of your soulmate. The family member who discovered the truth about you is still processing what they learned. Their understanding of you is evolving, almost like a picture slowly coming into focus. At first, they only noticed one small detail, then another, and now they are beginning to see the full image. They realize that many of the things they once misunderstood were actually signs of your strength. Your silence was not weakness. Your patience was not indifference. It was depth. And once a person sees that depth, it becomes impossible to ignore. But what they do not realize is that their change in perspective has already started influencing others. The way they speak about you now carries a new tone. A tone that travels further than they expect. Your soulmate heard that tone. And the moment they did, something inside them became clear in a way it never had before. For a long time they felt connected to you in a way they struggled to explain. It was a quiet recognition, like seeing a rare star in the night sky that only a few people notice. Now they know they were not imagining it. Someone close to you has seen that same light. And that realization has given them something powerful. Confidence. Confidence that the connection they feel is not just a passing emotion. It is something real, something meaningful, something that deserves to be spoken. But here is where the story becomes truly surprising. Your soulmate has already begun rehearsing the moment in their mind. Not once, many times. They imagine the conversation, the way they will begin, the words they want to say carefully, honestly, without overwhelming the moment. They want the truth to feel simple, because the feelings they carry for you are simple in the most powerful way, real. And yet, there is still a quiet hesitation inside them. Not doubt about you, but about timing. They want the moment to feel right. They want the world around you to recognize your value the way they do, so their words arrive in a space of understanding rather than confusion. That is why the discovery made by that family member matters more than you realize. It is a signal, a sign that the story around you is beginning to change. Your soulmate can feel that shift growing stronger day by day. And now they are asking themselves a question they never asked before. What if the moment to speak has finally arrived? Don't skip this part of the journey. Because the next piece of this story reveals something that may surprise you even more. Your soulmate has already taken the first quiet step toward that moment. A small action, a subtle move, something that may soon bring your paths closer in a way neither of you expected. Stay till the end of this unfolding message, because the truth that a family member discovered about you is no longer just a realization. It is becoming the beginning of a conversation your soulmate can no longer keep inside. And when that conversation finally begins, everything between you may start to make sense. Something huge is waiting for you. Right now, in a place you cannot see, a quiet decision is forming. Not loudly, not dramatically, but with the kind of certainty that changes the direction of a story. Your soulmate has reached a moment they have never reached before. For a long time they watched your journey quietly, observing the way you carried yourself through situations others misunderstood. They felt drawn to something about you they could never fully explain. It was not just attraction, it was recognition. But recognition alone was never enough to make them speak. They waited. They wondered if the world around you would ever notice what they noticed. And then something unexpected happened. That family member discovered the truth about you. A truth that had been hidden beneath assumptions, small misunderstandings, and moments people interpreted the wrong way. When that truth surfaced, it created a ripple that traveled through conversations, through observations, through subtle shifts in how people see you. Your soulmate felt that ripple, and when they felt it, something inside them finally settled. Because for the first time, they realized they were not the only one who could see the real you. Someone close to you had seen it too. That moment changed everything inside their heart. Imagine carrying feelings for someone while wondering if the world will ever understand them the way you do. Now imagine suddenly realizing that someone else has begun seeing that same truth. That is the moment your soulmate is standing in right now. And it has given them the courage they once lacked. But here is the surprising part. They are no longer just imagining a conversation with you. They are preparing for it. Not in a rushed or overwhelming way. In a calm, thoughtful way that shows how deeply they respect what you mean to them. They have started reflecting on the exact moment they want to approach you. The way they want to express what they feel. The honesty they want their words to carry. Because they understand something important. Moments like this do not happen often. When truth about someone finally comes to light, when misunderstandings fade, when hearts begin to recognize the same quiet beauty in a person. Those moments create opportunities that feel almost once in a lifetime. And that is exactly how your soulmate is beginning to see this. An opportunity. An opportunity to finally speak with honesty instead of silence. Don't skip what is unfolding here. Because the truth discovered by that family member is no longer just a realization about you. It is becoming the reason your soulmate believes the timing may finally be right. But there is one more detail that makes this moment even more powerful. Your soulmate has started noticing something about you recently. Something that confirms what their heart has felt all along. They see a calm confidence growing in you. A quiet clarity that was not as visible before. And when they noticed that change, it made their decision feel even stronger. Because now they believe something incredible. They believe you may already be ready to hear what they have been holding inside. Stay till the end of this unfolding message. Because in the next moment of this story, something even more meaningful begins to reveal itself. Your soulmate is closer than ever to saying the words they once kept hidden. And when those words finally arrive, they may explain why this truth about you had to be discovered first. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a moment in every story when everything pauses, just before something important finally comes into the light. This is that moment. Right now, the truth about you is no longer hidden in the background of people's thoughts. The realization that one family member discovered has quietly continued to spread through their perspective. They no longer see you the way they once did. They see someone resilient, someone thoughtful, someone whose presence carries more meaning than they realized before. And when a person close to you begins to see that truth clearly, it changes the energy around your name. Your soulmate has felt that shift more than anyone else. At first, it surprised them. For so long they believed they were the only one who truly sensed the deeper side of you. But now, hearing someone close to you acknowledge your true nature has created something powerful inside their heart. Relief. Relief that the world is beginning to see the same truth they recognized long ago. And with that relief came something even stronger. Resolve. Your soulmate has reached a quiet conclusion they can no longer ignore. The moment they once waited for may already be here. Imagine the thoughts moving through their mind right now. The memories of every interaction with you. Every moment where they felt a connection they could not easily explain. Those memories now feel clearer. Because the truth that your family member discovered confirmed something your soulmate has always believed. You are someone rare. Not because of something loud or obvious, but because of something deeper, something sincere that people only recognize when they truly pay attention. And now that this truth has surfaced, your soulmate feels something building inside them. A feeling that silence is no longer the right choice. They have spent enough time observing from a distance. Enough time wondering if the timing would ever feel right. Now it does. But here is the moment that makes this story so powerful. Your soulmate is not planning a dramatic confession or a sudden emotional outburst. They are planning something far more meaningful. A sincere conversation. A moment where they simply look at you and allow honesty to guide their words. Because the feelings they carry for you deserve to be expressed calmly, clearly, and respectfully. And that moment, that quiet but life-changing moment, may be closer than you think. Don't skip what comes next, because something remarkable is about to connect all the pieces of this story together. The truth your family member discovered was never meant to stay hidden forever. It was meant to open a door that leads to understanding, recognition, and finally, expression. Your soulmate can feel that door opening now. And in their heart, one thought continues repeating itself. If the world is finally beginning to see who you truly are, then it is time for them to say what they have been holding back. Stay till the end of this journey, because the next moment reveals something even more unexpected. Your soulmate is closer than ever to speaking those words. The words that may explain why your path and their path were slowly moving toward each other all along. Something huge is waiting for you. For a long time, this story moved quietly, almost as if every piece was waiting for the exact moment to come together. And now that moment is approaching. The truth that one family member discovered about you has done more than simply change their opinion. It has created a new atmosphere around your name. An atmosphere of recognition. Where there was once uncertainty, there is now curiosity. Where there was once distance, there is now a quiet respect. And this subtle transformation has reached the heart of your soulmate in a way they never expected. Because for them, this discovery feels like the final confirmation they were waiting for. For so long they carried their feelings privately, unsure if expressing them would arrive at the right moment. They wondered if speaking openly would create confusion or misunderstanding. But now something has become clear. The truth about you is beginning to reveal itself naturally. Your soulmate sees this as a sign that the time for silence may be ending. Think about how powerful that realization is. Imagine holding emotions for someone while wondering if the world will ever understand why they matter so much to you. Then suddenly, someone close to that person begins recognizing their true nature. It feels like a signal that everything is aligning. That is exactly what your soulmate is experiencing right now. And something surprising has begun happening inside their thoughts. They are no longer asking themselves if they should speak. They are asking themselves when. Because the truth that surfaced about you has removed the one hesitation they once had. They no longer fear that their feelings will be misunderstood. Instead, they feel a calm certainty growing stronger every day. A certainty that their connection with you deserves honesty. Don't skip this moment. Because something extraordinary is quietly building beneath the surface of this story. Your soulmate has started paying closer attention to the small details in your interactions. The way you speak, the way you listen, the way you respond to the world around you. Every detail strengthens what they already feel. And with each passing day, the words they once rehearsed only in their mind are becoming more real. But here is the detail that makes this moment truly unforgettable. Your soulmate believes the truth discovered by that family member was never random. They see it as a turning point, a moment that opened the path for everything that is about to follow. Because sometimes life reveals someone's true nature at the exact moment another heart is ready to recognize it. And that is the moment you are standing in right now. Stay till the end of this journey, because the next part reveals the most powerful shift yet. Your soulmate has already chosen the moment when they will finally allow their voice to replace the silence. And when that moment arrives, the truth about you, the truth that has finally been seen, may lead to a conversation that changes everything between you. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a quiet second just before everything changes. And that is exactly where this story is standing right now. Up until now, the truth about you has been moving silently from one realization to another. A family member discovered it first, and that discovery reshaped how they see you. But what makes this moment powerful is not just what they realized. It is what their realization unlocked. Because when someone close to you finally sees the real you, something subtle happens in the energy surrounding your life. Conversations shift, perceptions soften. People begin noticing the qualities that were always there but rarely understood. Your soulmate has been watching this transformation unfold. At first they thought it was coincidence. A few small moments where your name was spoken with unexpected respect. A few observations that reflected the deeper person they always knew you were. But now they understand something extraordinary. The truth about you is no longer hidden. And that realization has created a turning point inside your soulmate's heart. For so long they protected their feelings with silence. They convinced themselves that waiting was the safest path. Waiting for clarity. Waiting for the right atmosphere. Waiting for the moment when expressing their thoughts would feel natural instead of uncertain. Now that moment feels closer than ever. Because the discovery made by that family member changed something important. It showed your soulmate that your story is evolving. That people are beginning to recognize the person they always believed you were. And once they saw that shift happening, their hesitation started disappearing.